Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is cold out here. Like, I know it's cold up north in those areas where you guys were getting some really good weather in the earlier part of fall, but now it has been so cold. And I live in the south, and it is very, very cold here. And I know before you say 55 is not cold, in relation to what our weather normally is in January, it is actually really cold. So while I know my folks up in Michigan would be in shorts when 55 breaks, down here in South Florida, we are literally in coats and hats and scarves. I need some gloves. But anywho, this video today, I said to myself that what I plan to do with my YouTube channel is just speak on stuff that I normally speak on, like on my Facebook page, stuff that I'm talking to my hubby to, stuff that I'm debating or conversing with friends on. And the topic of the day is, of course, the Oscars and whether or not we should really give a hoot about it, and as black people, and who's right. Is Janet Hubert, Aunt Viv, the first Aunt Viv from The Fresh Prince, is she correct, or is Jada right in her rant about boycotting the Oscars? And I've also seen a couple of other celebrities around social media. I saw Snoop post something on Instagram. Tyrese has been going hard about the Oscars snubbing black actors and actresses as well. And here is my 2 cents. I think we as black people need to stop tearing down those who have an idea to stand up against the system. And I'm not going to say stand up against the white man or whatever, what have you. It's the system. It's systematic for this country to ignore black people. It's systematic. So at this point, it's like, it's beyond racism to me. It's just systematic. It's the foundation of this country. And I think that if anyone wants to stand up against the system in their particular industry, in their field, in their locality, in their municipality, in their state, whatever, I think that we should be doing that. And I'm so tired of black folks, minimizing other issues for other issues. So, we can't worry about the Oscars because we got gun violence, or we can't worry about the Oscars because we have the water crisis in Flint. We can't worry about the Oscars because, police brutality. And we can worry about all those things because we can walk and chew gum at the same time. And there's more than enough of us to band together and to come together to address and tackle and mobilize and get all of these issues. Hit them all. Hit them from every angle, every corner, every situation. We need to be actually immobilizing and hitting him. And this is why I feel that Jada Pinkett has some valid points in her rants. Here is why. First of all, let me preface by saying that I don't care about the Oscars. I don't typically watch the Oscars. However, I have from time to time watched Oscar winning movies. I go back and watch what movies won Oscars, whether they're black actors or actresses or white actors or actresses. It doesn't matter. I have at times done that. But for me to sit and watch the Oscars, I typically do not do. I don't do that for any award shows mainly. But here's why I think Jada has some valid points. I don't think we should be afraid, or those people, actresses and black actors and actresses, should be afraid of being blackballed in this system in their industry. The Oscars is like a labor union for them, so to speak. I know they are part of the SAG. I think that's what it's called. But the Oscars is like a certification in your field. When you are Oscar nominated or you are an Oscar winner, it brings you more work and more money. So, hey, So that's what they're aspiring to. They're looking to get that nomination or that actual award, in order to have that uh, have that ability to pull in more money, to pull in more jobs and perfect their craft and even and go even higher. It's the same with the Grammy. When these guys are getting Grammys, they're Grammy nominated or Grammy winners, then they get more jobs. They're the ones that are looked to for soundtracks and movies. It opens up so many doors for them in that industry, in the entertainment industry, that you cannot just overlook it. For me, I equate it to just our auto workers or our teachers, in those types of industries boycotting or striking at their jobs so that they can get better pay or better or better benefits or more days off or whatever. Those are things that you need to address when you are in your particular field or industry. And that's why I think Jada had some very valid points. I think for a long time, black folks should not have been at the Oscars. We should have been boycotted a long time ago. We should have boycotted when they didn't give Denzel the Oscar for Malcolm X, but you gave it to him for Training Day. We should have been boycotting. We could have boycotted way back when Tom Hanks won the Oscar for Philadelphia and Will got overlooked back then. So, I mean, Jada has some very valid points. Now, let me say, did Jada come from a place of saltiness or bitterness because her man didn't get nominated for the movie that he played in? Maybe. And you know what? Maybe she did feel some kind of way that her man didn't get recognized. Okay, big deal. She came from a place of self. And to me, it does not minimize her point. And then you got Janet Hubert. She made some very valid options that if black actors and actresses do decide to boycott, that they probably would be blackballed. And that's something that they're thinking about when they're tallying up their bills and their mortgage and their car payment and all of that stuff. But in my opinion, I think that you should be willing to step out on that limb. Many people do it. Like I said, auto workers strike and, teachers strike, and they're not getting paid during that time. And they're willing to sacrifice that pay for the bigger picture. And I know before you go in the comments and say, oh, they get paid, I know that there's things that happens behind the scenes that allows them to get either unemployment or something like that. I know that. I know. But my point is the same. So Janet had some interesting points as well. However, did she come from some old 25-year-old pettiness and bitterness that she had against Will Smith because he didn't use his name and his power to get them a raise way back in the Fresh Prince days? I think she did. And was she messy for that? Just a little. Because I haven't seen her in any movies in the last, since I checked. Have you? And if she was in any movies, was she Oscar worthy? I don't think so. And she was a TV actress, and they're generally not invited to the Oscars anyway. So was she even in her lane? Or was she coming from somewhere else? I think she was coming from somewhere else. But for me, while she was petty and Jada was selfish, I think that they both have very valid points. And my thing is that as black people, as a people in this country where we've been ignored, we've been minimized, we've been marginalized, we need to come together on all issues. Whether it's gun violence, police brutality, water crisis, where they're committing genocide there in Flint. That's a whole different video for me. Or if they're just hating on your work. Like, why can't Idris Elba be recognized for his work? The man's a good actor. The man's a beast. And the movie Rocky, that guy, Michael B. Jordan, he was good. That was a really good movie. Is it right Sylvester Stallone's the only one that's nominated? Like, really? It's not. So in the grand scheme of things, does the Oscars really matter? At the end of the day, maybe not to you or I, maybe not to the everyday lay person. No, we're just on this side of the TV watching it. But to those people, absolutely it matters, because that's racism and systematic racism in their industry. And we need to address that. So, like I said, this is my 2 cents. I think that I'm just going to stay in my lane on YouTube, and I want to continue doing videos and speaking on it. And I think this is probably what I'll do, is just speak on stuff this is every day to me, that I'm talking about every day. And I mean, I know folks are going to get in comments and say whatever they want to say. You going to say what you want to say. You going to have your 2 cents. And honestly, I think that everybody's points are valid. I think both sides of the fence, both sides of the coin are valid. But I think as a people, we need to stop tearing each other down when one person wants to stand up and fight for something. We need to support that person. I think that's like the main issue that I have right now, is that whenever somebody wants to stand up and support or stand up against the system, you got folks tearing it down. I mean, you got folks tearing down Black Lives Matter. You got folks tearing down, standing up against police brutality. I mean, you got black folks tearing other black folks down in every situation. And I think that in order for us to really affect some real change against the system, we need to at least support each other in some type of way. We need to. And that's just my thing. So I'm going to try to keep these under 15 minutes, because I don't think y'all really need to hear me rant and rave about what the hell I care about for more than 15 minutes. So that's it. That's my piece. I've said it. What's your piece? Comment below what your opinion is. And, don't be nasty about it. Just give me your opinion. It's all constructive. To me, it's all love. We all need these ideas circling around, generating new ideas so that we can move and act upon them. We need them. We need all the help we can get. And by the way, if you are watching this somewhere and you have not donated to the water crisis in Flint, please, I urge you to please do so in whatever capacity you can. I think, I hear folks talking about cases of water is not enough, but it's something. And I would rather for those babies, to drink a case of bottled water that's clean than to drink that shit that's coming out of the faucets there, even though I know they can't bathe in it either. So just do what you can. There's plenty of folks going there, taking water there. Just do what you can. Until then, I'm out. Peace.